Huh?
iPads are sick.
Oh shit.
Germaine,
Good. How you doing? How y'all
good.
doing?
How are you? Ryan said the other day that you would develop into a leader for this team, maybe somewhat unexpectedly. Did you ever think you would be quite the leader you were of this team? Is that something you really focused on this year? And what changed for you?
It's just like we had a lot of leaders leave last year, a lot of them. So I think it was just really my responsibility to help lead just the young cornerback group and really the whole secondary as a whole. Just really just leading them by example. I played a little bit. I haven't started much, but I played a little bit. I've seen to me a lot of things that you can see out there. So I know how it goes. So I just wanted to just bring the young guys along and just help any way I could.
Matt Patricia said yesterday you have
Just
a
a
high.
little bit, Jermaine. Thank you.
Matt said yesterday you have a high standard for yourself, and you hold others to that standard as well. What does the Germaine Matthews standard look like? What define that for you?
Being very elite at what I do on the field, and just putting out the product that I want everybody to see on Saturday. So just being elite.
I mean, where are you confident that you're better now than you were at this time a year ago?
I think just my internal confidence is just in myself.
Never seem to be.
Yeah, but just confidence, you feel me, in myself. Just knowing that what I can do and knowing that, you feel me, I've been here before. So it's nothing new. It's just, I think it's about being consistent. And that's probably the main thing, just being more consistent than I was a year ago. I think we both is confident in our own ways. I think he probably a little bit more over the top than me, but we both got that fire in us. I'm ready. I'm getting myself ready every day. I've been getting myself ready since we won a national championship last year. I knew my goals were for the next season. I knew what I had to come in here and do. So I think just continue to keep getting ready every day. The last couple practices I have. Very fast because you don't really have too much time to really harp on the last season because we right back in it. We got a lot of new guys that we have gotten from this year. A lot of guys left, so about just getting acclimated and getting the team more closer. You feel me? So I think just very 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 quick switch.
Matt Guerrieri just had a lot of versatility that you bring to the secondary to do some different things. Where all have you been rotating in this fall?
Just some little nickel and then just playing corner, boundary and field, just getting the feel for everything. I like to kind of know everything that the defense how it's moving, so that it helps me play better and it helps me just feel for the game.
When you do something like that, do you have an eye towards your future in the NFL, knowing that versatility is going to help you find a spot?
Definitely. I'll do whatever the coach asks me to do. So I think just learning everything now and being able to do a lot of different things now will help me in the future. Is huge. I love football. I wouldn't be sitting here right now if I didn't. So
Where are the kind of the main differences when you're kind of playing a couple of different spots in terms of playing in the slot and playing inside? Like, what have you had to learn about kind of playing in the slot?
Just like I said earlier, being consistent. I think I know what to do and everything. Just being more consistent, getting the reps in. Reps is important too as well, especially in the slot. So I think just being more consistent and is very intentional.
You have to.
Well, big. You got to tackle in this game. I think just period in playing in the Big Ten, you got to be able to tackle. You're going to see a lot of big backs. You're going to see some tight ends come out there. So I think tackling is very important. Nah, not much. I know what I did wrong on the play. I was really going for the ball, and I didn't secure the tackle. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'll get that back. More just whatever, like however the game goes. I'm probably start off in the field. I think last year I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew what the room was, what we had in the room. I knew what my role could be. And last year it was just about just helping the team as much as I could, whatever I could do. And now I think it's just about being consistent, like I said, and doing my job at a very high level, being very elite. And yeah.
the receiver room gets so much attention.
Couple
for how
more
deep
questions
it is
for
with
Germaine.
elite talent. Do you think the cornerback room at Ohio State is as deep as any room in the country as well?
I-
Elite talent.
I truly think so. I think we have a very deep room, a lot of guys that can go out there and compete. I think we're a very competitive room as well. I think like the kind of energy that Coach Walt brings every day, he pours that into us, and he built his room how he wanted to. And I think we're very good.
Where have you seen Davidson?
I think being more intentional about his technique and being more intentional about his technique and making sure that he's taking the right steps, placing his hands the right way, I think just being more intentional for sure. Just my personality. That's just who I am as a person. I think I just bring that to the football field. I know how to channel it the right way. And
Great, Germaine. Thank you very much.
Real quick, the ball's in the air. You got to go up and get it with this guy who's coming down with it.
7.
Hey, Germaine.
Yes, right. Yeah, that's a very fair point. Landon, come on, buddy. Good game. Yes, sir. Not today. Hey, maybe not.
He tried. I ain't even thinking about it. That's right. More for Matt. Just walk by. Oh, okay. I think that's the one.
Guys, we got Davison and Equinosa, 20-yard line.
David, you walking off the field there with Jordan. What have you kind of seen another tall young corner that's been like kind of working with him and seeing him grow?
Jordan Woods has all the tools to be a top corner here at Ohio State.
Davidson, obviously penalties were a big thing for you to clean up from last year. How do you feel like you've been able to do that this offseason?
I would say the biggest thing about the penalties is just turning my head around and playing the football. So I feel like I've been doing that throughout spring practice and training camp.
Is there anything specific drills you've done to try to get better at that?
Not really, just getting my head around. I did, but it was kind of holding me back. And I realized, like, I went back and looked at all the tape. The problem wasn't me holding it in the line. The problem was me getting my head around and like just playing the football. Exactly. That's exactly what it does. Exactly. Germaine gives me life. Like just seeing how he attacks it every day. Like he gets me going. I feed off Germaine Matthews. Yeah. It's both though. It's both. I would say like he feeds off me and I feed off him. It's a two-way street. Yeah. Corner's the hardest position in football, so you got to have that supreme confidence and just know that you're that guy.
Brian said the other day that Germaine had developed into an unexpected leader for the team. How is Germaine different as a leader today than what you knew him as when you first got here?
Germaine had just grown tremendously. Like when he came into college, he was like, I don't know, like I would just say that's a testament to Coach Walt, to be honest, with Germaine's transformation.
Coach Guerrieri was saying that
have you seen Caleb kind of step up as the leader of your secondary?
Caleb's been the leader since he's gotten here. I call him Coach Downs, actually. Like he just knows so much football, so he's a natural leader in that sense.
Does he talk to you all the time about things? I mean, about football when y'all were out the field or sideline?
I asked him so many questions. Like, yeah, so he like I call him Coach Downs. So like yeah. Yeah, like he just knows so much football. So like, if I do have a question and I don't want to ask Coach Walt or Coach Guerrieri, I just go to him.
How have you seen Devin Sanchez come in and acclimate himself this year?
Devin Sanchez, he doesn't move like a freshman. He don't move like a freshman corner. He seems very like ready.
Somebody who started games as a freshman, you see that in him, the ability to come in and make an impact for you guys right away?
I do. So you know how like you see like young corners come in and they're kind of like floating and like sinking, like just trying to find their way. I don't see that with Devin Sanchez. He seems poised for the big time moments. Aaron Scott has made a lot of progress from the spring, doing really well.
Obviously, Jeremiah was the guy who came in last year and didn't move like a freshman. How have you seen him continue to grow going into his second year?
He's grown tremendously. He keeps getting better each day, so speaks for himself.
Two more questions.
Julian saying like he makes like he has a quick arm. So like if I'm at corner and I'm trying to read his 3-step, the ball is out just so fast. Yeah. I want to be a first round draft pick. Yeah. That was my main motivation.
Last question.
Did you look at yourself? Did you assess yourself? Is that attainable?
I believe so.
Yeah. Where's you definitely grown over 3 years, Davidson? That you could point to. I'm not that guy.
It's a good question. I would say just me being a leader on this team. I would say in that sense, just bringing guys along with me.
Are you a little more patient too? Patient is only. Quarterback's the toughest thing.
I'm more experienced, and I would say I'm more relaxed, more calm.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. What up? Ball up.
Hey, can I get that driver?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here. Coach Walton here at the 20-yard line. Hey, I talked to a broker to get local. What's different? What's different right now about Devin than what you saw from him in the spring?
He's been here. He's had a chance to go through the off-season program, go through spring ball. Had a chance to understand the defense, and physically is maturing a little bit and getting adjusted to college life. So he's taking a big step forward in that aspect. Oh, well, he played a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys that, he rotated in a lot last year. So, I always consider Germaine a starter. Because he's been in, if you're watching the playoff, he played meaningful snaps. You know what I mean? So he has a lot of experience. He has great confidence. He carries himself as a starter, for the past couple of years. So that's how we see him. He's got a lot of experience, has a lot of confidence, very savvy, high football IQ, position flex, so he has all those things that you look for in the corner. Yeah, he's been doing a great job of getting his head around at the top of the route, making sure, he's not as handsy at the top. So he's worked on it. It's been an emphasis, and he's done a great job of it this offseason. And he's continuing to grow in his leadership and studying. And you go back and watch the tape, watch practice. We study it real hard at the top to make sure we're clean because he has the length, he has the size, he has the skill set to be able to be really good at the top of the route against big wideouts.
You remind him that maybe officials might be giving him more scrutiny. I mean, because of the past, kind of seen that sometimes in the years and stuff. He does draw attention, right, from the officials because of his past.
Yeah, but that'll be all you got to do is go play and do it. And then, we can't worry about the calls if we're doing it the right way. His whole deal is control what you can control. You go try to do it the right way. You go make sure you're clean and let the rest take care of itself.
Ryan said Germaine has developed into a leader kind of unexpectedly for this team. When did you see that click for him to be able to, kind of take that leadership role real seriously?
It really started showing up in training camp. He took a little step with it in the spring, but training camp, he really started showing, because we need it. This is an important year for him. We got to bring the young guys along. I saw it, and the way he operates, the way he moves around the building, the communication he does with me, all those things, it started to show. It's all about action here. We don't really get into the lip service part of it. You got to show it. He showed it. He's putting it on tape. He's putting it on in the building, how you operate and everything. So I'm very proud and pleased of his growth in that area, and we'll need that throughout the season.
Well, have you seen what you need to see from Lorenzo at that nickel position?
Yes, he's been doing well. He's competing. He's learning. He's growing. He's smart. He processes the game well. He's a hard worker. He's a student of the game. He puts the time in. He puts in the extra hours. So his work ethic and his commitment to getting it right has been evident. He's had an outstanding training camp. And he'll only get better. He's working at it. So that's the first thing we ask of it. And he's putting the time in and the work to try to get it done and learn it in detail.
Tim, you guys played a lot of off coverage last year, and maybe there was a time here where, I'll say, played strictly press man coverage. Do you feel like you have the guys in the room right now who could maybe do that more? I guess what are some of the pros and cons of doing that as often as they used to do it?
Well, we do stuff based on game plan, and the most important part for us is winning. We want to win. So we move it around. We do stuff based on situations. So we give guys a lot more leeway on things. Sometimes we do stuff more on certain sides than others. So it's a different defense. It's different than it was there. We just try to make sure it fits the structure of stuff we do here, but we got to do both. Guys got to be up. We got to play good in press coverage. We have to be well and off. So it's all situation and all game plan based, and it all based on, on the structure of the game.
You guys got to a point last year where you guys were rotating three guys. Do you feel like you're confident that you have three guys that you can rotate? Could that get to four by the time you guys start playing? You guys think you have that?
But we got to let it play out a little bit. We start figuring that stuff out as we get going in the season. You never know how things turn out with guys. So I just let the work and the tape and the practice speak for itself, and then you earn that. You earn that part of it. But yeah, that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping that we can have a lot of depth, that we can have a lot of continuity and play guys. That's the goal. But that usually takes care of itself on practice.
Going back to Lorenzo, does he have the versatility to do some of the same things Jordan did last year, sliding back into deep coverages, doing some safety stuff to free up Caleb down, maybe?
Yeah, we just try to see, all depends on how we want to use things. You know what I mean? We just try to go through and make those decisions on a week-to-week basis. We cross-train a lot of guys just so that we're ready for things, but how we go about and operate it, we don't know yet. Because it's all situational. It's all based on who we feel is the best matchup with things. So, we kind of leave that up to a game-to-game basis.
Well, I know that you guys are really, really pleased with what Bryce did in the spring. What did you see about him throughout the first couple weeks of training camp that make you think that maybe he could have a role against Texas?
Well, Bryce has been working. He's been getting better. Obviously he can run. He's been playing inside. He's playing outside. So we just trying to see, what we try to go through training camp doing is get a feel of what guys do best. And now you get a chance to go through live contact, hard practices, hard scrimmages, and eval that type of stuff. So we move him around to see. He's done a great job. He's taken a big step forward. We look forward to him to continue to grow, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
Well, he's only obviously got here in the summer. But what have been your initial impressions of Jordan Woods? Do you feel like you're comfortable leaving him on the outside as you guys continue to develop?
Well, he is in a different situation a little bit. You know, when you first get here, it take you a while to catch up. You know what I mean? Guys have been here 6 months and already been working. So we'll have to get a better feel for that once we get, midway through the season, so you can get acclimated and get through the off-season program, get used to the training, get the months under your belt, and then we'll have a better assessment of that, a few months from now.
Is Aaron ready to take another step and get some more playing time than he had?
Well, he's growing. Like I say, everybody's growing, like I said. And then, for his PT, that's all on a week-to-week basis. Guys just keep growing. We don't know any of that stuff yet. You know what I mean? Like, we still kind of training camp mode a little bit as we going, you know what I mean? And by next week, we'll start trying to narrow stuff down. But you know how we do it here. Everybody competes. Every day is an open forum to compete for stuff. We try to keep that edge. We try to keep that uncertainty with stuff. So we'll just try to let that all play out with all the guys, you know what I mean, and see what best fits for what we need dudes.
How has Aaron's camp been?
It's been good. It's been good. He's been competing. He's growing, and that's what all the guys that's doing that. You know what I mean? Like, we got a lot of young guys. So every day is a new day for us, learning what to do. We throw a lot of stuff at them. So we just have to we're in a continual eval situation with everybody.
How have you seen Julian say the tactic for this?
He can throw the ball. You know what I mean? So, throw the whole route tree. He can throw the whole route tree. So we get the good work at the quick game, intermediate, shoot it up top. You know what I mean? So all those things, like, we need to see all that. You know what I mean? So we just try to eval that, we're going to play different teams throughout the season that's going to throw a lot at us. So the more we see now, the more help us grow. And we all need to see it because we need to still keep gaining experience in that area.
You're seeing enough from Julian to get what you need.
Yeah, he can spin the ball. He has a strong arm. He can throw the ball. He can make all the throws. So we're getting good work with it.
With the guy like Devin, you never want to try to tell someone to stifle their own expectations, but obviously a ton of hype for him coming in when he got here in January. A lot of talk all spring. Where have you been able, or what has been the focus with him in training camp as far as getting him ready to play, but also understanding you're a freshman and the expectations might be different than you thought?
Work hard, focus on the details, learn the game. When you get in the game, there's a lot of stuff thrown at you. So we always focus on technique, fundamentals, understanding the game, doing the little things right. So that's the only thing I focus on right now. Like I said, we're still a young group, so I like to make sure I emphasize that. And that's my only focus with them right now. And that's with all the young guys. You know what I mean? We have to make sure we're good at fundamental football. So that's the main emphasis right now, getting better every day at the little things. No, it just, it was short as we talked about it. You know what I mean? Like, you thought about it, but at the best end, you need to come back, keep growing, keep learning, keep putting your foot forward, because the extra year helps you. You know what I mean? So that part he understands. You want to maximize your ability. You want to maximize your stuff. So this year, hopefully he'll keep putting his foot on the gas with it and continue to grow, and it'll be a great decision for him.
So where do you think he can maximize the most this year?
Yeah, just keep top of the route. Keeping his pad level down. He's a tall corner, being able to transition out of breaks, top of the route finishes, and all those things. He's ultra competitive. So all those little details we work on so he can maximize, point of attack plays.
How has the way you talk about the game changed over the last since he got here?
Oh, well, he has an elite mind. You know what I mean? So you can talk like a coach to him because he understands everything. He's the guy that allows us to see the game through a different view from players, because he can move the chess pieces around. And he's continuing to grow. He's hungry to keep learning. That's the great thing about him. As smart as he is, he's a student of the game. He's always about absorbing information and getting more knowledge. So he puts a lot of time in it. And he doesn't rely on that. He wants to always create a mental advantage of knowing everything about the defense. It's been great. Like I said, I worked with Coach P for a while, so I've been knowing him for a long time. He's a great person, understands the game well, and he knows the back end. You know what I mean? So it's meshing well, man. So we're excited about it, and He lets us communicate with him and the stuff we like. So it's great. It's been nothing but a big upside for that for us.
At this point, how many guys in the secondary do you think have earned the right to play from the get-go?
I don't know, man. Like I have to wait and see on that. Like it's every day. You know what I mean? Like when you're competing every day. You earn the right every day. You know what I mean? You can do stuff for a long period of time, and then the 3 or 4 days you don't do it. Have you really earned it? So it's about a consistency that we're trying to create here. You know what I mean? So that's why we kind of keep it as a competition and we open. That's kind of how we go about it.
You ever consult Caleb on hey, what do you think? What did you see here? What do you think? I mean, in terms of not necessarily quasi coach, but he does seem to have an awareness of what's going on in front of him because of plays going on. Y'all have a little higher level conversations, I guess, with him from the standpoint of input.
Well, he's always have good thoughts. You know what I mean? He understands the game. You know what I mean? So, the players play the game. We give them the blueprint, but they play the game. So if it's things that he see or is comfortable with on the field, we have those discussions. You know what I mean? So he understands it. So sometimes when you're on the field, you may have a feel for certain things that's easier for you or more comfortable for you. And we'll talk about those things when they come up.
Tim, from your point of view, what do you see from Jalen in the league that makes you think that they can really help this team?
Very smart. They process the game well. They work hard. They're great young men. They compete. And they handling the information. And so that's the thing that they do well. We look for guys who can process the game back there. And they understand it. They work at it. They're good communicators, and it's important to them. So that's the big step, and then they'll keep growing and getting better as they keep getting experience. No, it's the same because you just have to grow about it every day, man. Every day is a work day, is a competitive day, and then you earn that by doing the putting your foot forward every day, putting that time in. It's good to have young talent, but we have to keep growing with experience, and you get that by putting that work in. And then you earn that as we go.
The conversations in terms of Caleb being like a coach, when in your time in the NFL and college, when do those conversations when is it normal for players to have those conversations?
Well, he's special and elite at that part. You don't find too many college guys like him. He's different when it comes to that. He has an elite mind. He understands the game at a high level. He can process things very fast. So, he's next level when it comes to that stuff. He has definitely an NFL mindset.
Like in the NFL, at what point are those conversations happening?
Well, by the time you get some of those dudes, because you have some vets in there, you got guys that, in their third or fourth year, they're starting to understand the game. So you have those conversations. Like I said, his mind level is above and beyond. So usually when you get to your third year in the league is when you start having some of those things.
So he's like a third-year NFL veteran.
Yeah, when it comes to the mind, he's elite with his thinking. You know what I mean? But he works at it. He's passionate about it. He works at it, and he's detailed, and he puts the time in.
I have one
Last question.
If that's fine. I out of all the raps and freestyles you performed for the team, do you have a favorite bar you put in?
No, I just do it from the heart and keep them motivated, inspired, and exciting. So nothing in particular. I just try to use that poetic stuff to keep them motivated. And usually I try to have a positive message in that I give them, something that they can hold on to. It grabs their attention a little bit. But the most important thing for me is having a message about life, about faith, about work ethic, about God, any of those things that they can hold on to keep making them successful and great young men.
Did that work for you as a player? I mean, did you meet somebody along the way who maybe had a message every now and then, just kind of hung in your brain and hit the point?
No, I didn't have anybody that did that. No, yeah, I didn't have anybody that did that for me. But I just know that that rhythmic style relates to young men. They like it. It's fun for them. So I use it to spread a positive message to them.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Appreciate you.
Great question. Coming from you, that was a perfect question. You can ask that question. It's gotta be-